Graduates and guests, could I ask you all to rise to receive the academic procession?
Friends, colleagues, and most importantly, graduating students, welcome to Ulster University's Graduation Ceremony 2018. Let me begin by offering my warmest congratulations to you, our graduands, the class of 2018. It's a momentous personal achievement for each of you and represents the culmination of your years of dedicated study, effort, determination and commitment. And I hope that it's been a valuable experience and that you carry it with you for the rest of your lives. It's a time of great pride for your family and friends, no doubt, and have supported you along the way, and that they've been with you here today, I hope, so it's a great day for them. It's also a time of great joy for the lecturers, technicians, professional service teams, and all of the university staff who have contributed to your learning and to your experience as a student of Ulster. All of that means that graduation is the most significant and special time of the year for university. I'm going to start by, this is meant to be a celebration, it all looks very serious out there. So I'm going to ask our graduates to stand to give them a round of applause at this point. So if you could all stand, we're going to take a moment just to give you a round of applause. Please be seated. And I said this morning as well, I was expecting a bit more whooping and cheering and shouting to celebrate, but maybe we'll get back to that later. It's an absolute privilege to be with you today as we mark the culmination of your academic journey so far. This year is uniquely special as you are the group of students graduating from the Coleraine campus as we celebrate 50 years of the university here. The very first cohort began their studies in Coleraine in 1968, and since then, the campus and indeed the whole university has grown from strength to strength. You've experienced firsthand the results of 50 years of delivering high-quality teaching and world-leading research. You've benefited from the strong working relationships we have developed with businesses, industry, and the local community. You epitomise our 50 years of study, our 50 years of achievement, and our 50 years of friendships. And you represent a vision of the success of this university for the next 50 years. When we welcome new students to Ulster University, we tell you that you are joining a vibrant student community where there are new friendships to be developed, ideas to be shared, thinking to be challenged, opportunities to be explored, and memories to be made. And as I look around the room today, I know that what we tell you is true. I see the results of your learning and research, of challenging yourselves, and of the hard work and effort you have put in. I also see the strength of friendships and the bonds that have been made through your shared experience. And I hope you will agree that these are some of the most important things that you will take away from your experience at Ulster University. But just as importantly, I hope you all take away a strong belief in yourselves and in what you can accomplish. Remain open to the shifts and changes that will necessarily shape your lives, and that what looks like an ending today might actually be a new beginning. Take optimism and confidence today, the effort and hard work it took to get here, and harness them into your dreams and ambitions for the future. Be bold, be brave, be determined, believe. Sheryl Sandberg, who's an activist, an author, but also the chief operating officer of Facebook, put it by saying, being confident and believing in your own self-worth is necessary in achieving your potential. Your study and your time at Ulster University have given you the knowledge and skills to take the next step in your career, whatever that might be, and fulfill your potential. Regardless of your subject area, you're now the disruptive innovators, critical thinkers, the problem solvers, the analysts, the entrepreneurs, the visionaries who will have such an influence on the future of our society. We believe at Ulster University we are Northern Ireland's civic university, and our mission is to have a positive impact on the world around us, locally and globally, in every area of our work. As our beating heart, you, our students, and now our alumni, give life to this mission. Take with you the values and attitudes that will have been a crucial part of your university education here. And I trust that Ulster University has made an important and positive difference to your life. We have worked to demonstrate to you our vision and our values, and we hope that you will now use what you have learned to make a difference in the lives of others. I think that's particularly true in these times of significant and political economic challenge, not least here in Northern Ireland. Now, I know that might sound a very grandiose, perhaps even burdensome but I can assure you it's not. You have experienced all that a university education has to offer and are about to explore some of the many opportunities that it can open up for you. I would challenge you to do your own thing in your own way, to be out of the box and acknowledge the value and power of being unorthodox. I'm sure that you all grow up with Dr. Seuss. I certainly read it to my children as they were growing up. And it might seem a little odd to be referencing a childhood memory on this, your graduation day. However, sometimes we need to go back to basics, and no one quite says basics like Dr. Seuss. So, in his words, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. You were meant to smile at that. And in whatever direction you choose, you are civic ambassadors, shining examples of the power of education. You understand the benefits it can bring and now have the skills to shape your industry, your community, your future. And you're not on your own. You're part now of a vibrant, welcoming, supportive and inspiring alumni community. In fact, it's more than a community. We consider it to be our family. And like many families, it's spread all over the world, and we always look forward to welcoming our alumni back to visitors. And that invitation will always be open to you. We are also committed to staying in touch and encouraging you to do so. Of course, we want to keep up to date with how you are getting on, and we want to celebrate your successes with you. But we also want to contribute to continue to provide you with opportunities for partnerships for collaborations and indeed to inspire those who will follow you through the corridors of the university. You leave behind a legacy for them, a legacy of success and accomplishment that will empower them in their achievements. That can be the value to wider society of your experience and the qualification you gain today. And each of you graduating today has the opportunity to make a real impact, to make sure you use your talents and skills to influence and transform whatever sector your career path lies. President Obama said, "The future belongs to young people with an education and imagination to create." Well, you have an education, you certainly have imagination, and we cannot wait to see what you create. The future is yours, and it starts now. Thank you. So, in accordance with the wishes of the Senate, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer honorary degrees to the University of Ulster. Confirm this, approved by the Senate. I call upon Professor Anderson to present Mohammed Yali for the honorary degree of Doctor of Science.
Vice-Chancellor, as a young undergraduate nearly 35 years ago, one of my core texts was a book entitled The Principles of Ophthalmic Lenses, authored by a certain M. Jaley. I was rather awed when our lecturer invited the author of that book to come and lecture the class one evening. To generations of optometry and dispensing optics students, Professor Mohammed Jaley, Mo to his friends, has perhaps been best known for that textbook. First published in 1967, and now in its 5th edition, it remains the Bible of ophthalmic optics across the world, not only in English, but in other languages, including Russian and Mandarin, and continues as a core textbook in all UK optometry programs, including at this university. Mo, however, is no one-book wonder. He's the author of 7 other highly regarded textbooks on ophthalmic lenses and dispensing, has published more than 250 scientific papers relating to ophthalmic optics, and holds numerous patents for various spectacle, intraocular, and camera lens designs. To Mo, a lens is a lens. It is there to alter the divergence of light. Whether the lens is in a telescope, a microscope, a spectacle frame, or on or in the eye, the fundamental laws of geometrical optics do not change. It was during the late 1970s that he was working on a camera lens for the world's first pocket television designed by Sir Clive Sinclair, that he had the requirement that the lens was anamorphotic, in that it magnified the image twice in the vertical meridian but with no magnification in the horizontal meridian. The final lens form was a hyperboloidal cylinder, and he had noticed that as the asphericity of the surface increased, the thickness of the cylinder decreased. At that time, plastics lenses made in CR39 material, which had been introduced during the 1960s, were beginning to replace glass. By the end of the 1970s, CR39 lenses were becoming accepted as the sensible alternative to glass, since it was lighter and inherently safer should the lens be broken. Much development had taken place in providing scratch-resistant coatings and efficient anti-reflection coatings. Plastic lenses were now as good as glass in every respect except one. Because plastic lenses were flexible, they had to be made somewhat thicker than their crown glass counterparts. Mo had hit upon a method of making plastic lenses as thin as glass, and this formed the basis of his 1981 patent for a series of aspheric lenses for the ordinary power range. Hitherto, because aspherical surfaces were difficult and expensive to produce, they were only employed in ophthalmic work for post-cataract lenses and high-powered magnifiers. Aspheric spectacle lenses are now commonplace in practice, made by every major manufacturer around the globe. Mo's contribution to optics is not only scientific but also professional. He is a past master of the Worshipful Company of Spectacle Makers of London, the first chairman of the Faculty of Dispensing Opticians in the UK, the first chairman of the Academic Committee of the Association of British Dispensing Opticians, a former advisor in dispensing education to the General Optical Council, and a member of the GOC Overseas Qualifications Committee. In 1995, Mo retired as head of Department of Applied Optics at City and Islington College in London, where he had taught since 1964, but this only freed him up to work on other things. He continues to be an active member of the British Standards Institute Spectacle Lens Committee, the Qualifications Committee of the Worshipful Company of Spectacle Makers, and is a trustee of the Wiseman Memorial Fund, a charity which assists students who are in financial difficulties. In 1998, he was granted both honorary fellowship of the College of Optometrists for lifelong services to optometry, particularly in the fields of applied optics and lens design, and Life Fellowship of the Association of British Dispensing Opticians for lifelong service to dispensing optics. Both are rare honours. In 1998, he was awarded the Max Wiseman Memorial Research Medal for his outstanding contribution to the understanding of ophthalmic lenses. We are privileged that Professor Jaley has been associated with our optometry programme in the School of Biomedical Sciences as visiting professor for nearly 20 years. Having previously retired as head of department at his college in London, his first association with us was when he began to deliver several annual visiting lectures to our students, sponsored by ophthalmic lens companies Nikon and Signet Armalite. At that time, our optometry program was in its infancy, working to achieve GOC approval at a time when we had some difficulty recruiting specialist academic staff. When the physics professor who taught our geometrical optics module retired, we were left in somewhat of a fix. Mo offered to teach the module for us and has continued to do so for 20 years, travelling over from Sussex in semester 1. Always an early adopter of technology, Mo transformed the module with his enthusiasm for the subject and the development of superb electronic teaching materials, using at that time a newfangled software package called PowerPoint, when most of the rest of us were struggling with overhead projectors. Having Professor Jaley's reputation associated with Ulster University is an honour and a privilege, and evokes much envy among other UK universities. But he has always considered himself part of our team at all times. His contribution has extended not only to teaching ophthalmic optics, but at times to running wine tasting lessons and singing with his son Jeremy in the iTunes charity fundraiser occasionally organised by our students. For his dedication and loyalty to the university and the international profile he brings to our optometry programme, we owe him an enormous debt of gratitude. Mo is a regular speaker at both academic and industry events around the world, and his superb presentations clearly indicate his pride in his affiliation with Ulster. I recently accompanied him to a conference in China organised by a Chinese nanotechnology company that is beginning to produce free-form ophthalmic lenses by 3D printing. The software for the various lens designs is being developed by Mo. Mo Jaley has a very interesting and diverse personal background. Although bearing the name Muhammad, he was not actually reared in a Muslim family. His father arrived in London from India in 1936, managing an Indian ballet company which was then touring Europe. He was approached one evening by an Indian seaman begging for money. His father asked, "Are there many of you on the streets of London?" and was told that the boats came from India to the UK and then went on to the USA, but with an English crew for that leg of the trip. Indian seamen were left in London to await the return of their boats to go home, during which time they drank away their money and were forced to beg to keep themselves alive. Mo's father managed to find a sponsor who gave him the money to start a hostel in Stepney to care for the seamen until their boats returned. Mo's mother was an English woman from Lancashire who trained as a teacher and nurse, and in 1934 obtained assisted passage to India to act as a missionary, and ended up as Gandhi's secretary, dealing with his English correspondence. In 1938, she was forced to leave Gandhi's ashram to return to England to nurse her mother, who had contracted TB. Having read an article in the Times describing the work of Mo's father in the East End of London, she believed that with her smattering of Indian phrases and dialects, she could be of help there. She went down to London and knocked on the door. They were married 6 months later. Later, at the time leading up to Indian partition, when violence between Hindus and Muslims was tearing the country apart, Mo's parents wished to demonstrate that those groups should be able to coexist peacefully. Thus, they named their older son by a Hindu name and their younger one by a Muslim name. Mo's father started an import-export business and subsequently, after the war, bought a small group of ophthalmic optical practices in and around southeast London, ostensibly, he later claimed, since it was the only way he could obtain a telephone by having a paramedical occupation. When his elder brother won the Whitgift exhibition to Cambridge to read mathematics, Mo was asked to leave school, qualify as an optician, and eventually take over the running of the practices. However, to start, he would spend a year at a lens manufacturing company in London, followed by a year in America at Bausch & Lomb, and if he could learn sufficient German, spend a year with Zeiss in Germany. "You must learn the business from the bottom," his father said. The carrot was a sports car on the day he qualified. America and Germany never happened, with Mo staying at Stigmat in London for 4 years. After 2 years, at his father's instigation, he began a 3-year evening course at Northampton College of Advanced Technology for 3 evenings a week to study dispensing optics. He had his first technical article published in the Optician Journal at the age of 19. The title was "A Graphical Analysis of Near Prismatic Effects in Bifocal Lenses." The rest, as they say, is history. A history that continues to be written here at Ulster University. Vice-Chancellor, I present Professor Mohammed Jaley for the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
In the name of the Senate, I present to you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa. Professor Curran, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Life and Health Sciences, to present candidates.
Vice-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Briege Callahan. Michael Dermot Conwell. Richard Noble Manile. Michael Gerard Miskelly. Katie Patricia Moore. Sagar Shankar Vivahar. The degree of Master of Science in Biomedical Science, Sarah Mary Hardy. Patrick McCallion. Anne-Marie Rafter. Fozia Akhtar. Christopher Stephen Hayes. Sinead Reedy. The degree of Master of Science in Clinical Visual Science, Hilda Patricia Jane Douglas. Olasula Modupe Bobegbe. The degree of Master of Science in Dietetics, Yvonne Cassidy. Tara Louise Finn. Sinead Hawkey. Sophie Pratt. The degree of Master of Science in Food and Nutrition, Leona Marie Traynor. The Postgraduate Diploma in Dietetics, Sarah Frances Mary Brennan. The Postgraduate Certificate in Diabetes, Katrina Veronica Doyle. The Graduate Certificate in Biomedical Science, Sabina Eleonora McCann. Tara Bernadette Smith. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Biology and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Sarah Grace Cairns. Anya Marie McQuaid. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Biomedical Sciences and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Nadia Raw. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Food and Nutrition and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Niamh McGonnell. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Human Nutrition and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Adam Martin Stewart Johnston. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Biology and Diploma in Professional Practice, Rebecca Mary Kilgore. Amy McNeese. Samuel James Rossborough. Megan Henry. Sean George Forker. Jade Gardner. Hannah Louise Pickering. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Biomedical Sciences and Diploma in Professional Practice, Chloe Carlin. Alan Downey. Kirby Nicola Elaine Hempsey. Alexandra Hayburn. Megan Louise Ingram. Megan Ann McAfee. Megan McAllister. Sarah Ann McClelland. Lauren Hannah Doreen MacDonald. Tyler Sam Morrow. Adeoluwa Ianyu Owalabe. Jake Rowan Scott. Claire Louise Travers. Joseph Patrick Webb. Laura Jane Wiley. Catherine Elizabeth Boyd. Disa Louise Govan. Rachel Violet Kenny. Lynn Alexandra Kirkwood. Nathan Jerome Lamb. Charlene Law. Beth Joanne McGee. Judith Morrison. Philip Thomas Nichol. Emma Megan Robinson. Rebecca Ann Rowan. Helen Smith. Andrew William Graham Watt. Simone Elizabeth Corday. Gemma Catherine Denny. Christina Perpetua McBrien. Chloe Ellen Patton. Ethan Michael Tolan. Shannon Ward. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Food and Nutrition and Diploma in Professional Practice, Gemma Dehan. Louise Elizabeth Gilbert. Amy Lewis. Honor Jane Nethery. Rebecca Sarah Smith. Sarah Wallace. Teresa Carragher. Siobhan Faulkner. Rachel Margaret Johnston. Karen Lacey. Saffron Victoria Leckie. Hannah McBride. Catherine Mary McCauley. Chloe McCulloch. Cleana McGowan. Gemma McGuinness. Katrina O'Boyle. Anna O'Connor. Ruth Emily Torrens. Conal Quinn. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Human Nutrition and Diploma in Professional Practice, Niamh Kathleen Dowling. Bridie Julia Kemp. Kerry Ann Quinn. Shauna Mayer Finn. Hannah Evelyn Griffin. Rebecca Barbara Hawkins. Robert Lynch. Niamh McBride. Aisling Ann McCann. Sarah Jane McCulloch. Amy McGuckin. Vanessa McKeon. Sarah Jane McKinstry. Claire Louise McNulty. Laura Ann Meben. Barbara Aileen Mullen. Sarah Louise Nally. Jack Richard Bolger. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Food and Nutrition and Diploma in Professional Practice International, Nisha Brennan Johnston. Emma Sloan. Rachel Watson. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Human Nutrition and Diploma in Professional Practice International, Lisa Catherine Hamilton. Laura Ruth Hewitt. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Applied Biosciences, Doriane Bugeja. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Biology, Rachel Kirsten Docherty. Ian Crowe. Keelan Michael Cullen. Mark Patrick Devine. Ronan McGivern. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Biomedical Science, Catherine McDonnell. Vigadon Yassin Hamid. Gareth William Orr. Dawn Kate St. John. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Biomedical Sciences, Melissa Davis. One Ting Nancy Hugh. Rebecca Jenna McClenaghan. Rachel Ruth McFarland. Peter Gregory Parkinson. C. Ming Young, Rowan Campbell, John David Hamilton, Susanna Lathwell, Martine Therese McCann, Kirsten Ann McClintock, Gemma McClure, Matthew O'Hara, Daniel Lewis Simpson, Dean Wilson, Nathan Wood, Hayley Byrne, Ciara Ann Collins, William Elliott, Ryan Scott Fowler, Joanne Josephine Jordan, Cameron Christopher Kirk, Chung Hang Leung, Katrina McMath, Sarah McGahey, Rian Phillips, Shannon Martina Scullion, Christy Patrick Stewart, the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Biotechnology, Chuk Hin Lai, Anna Gassel Gemene, Eamon Ruan, Chiok Yi Lau, the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Dietetics, Sophie Hazel Boyle, Shannon Jade Brothers, Neve Frances Duffy, Connor McCrink, Paula Marie McElwee, Caroline Helen McMinn, Sarah Elizabeth Morgan, Anne-Marie Mulholland, Christina Rafferty, Lauren Madeline Telford, Maria Teresa Cawley, Orla Curran, Lucy Jane Gray, Hazel Catherine May Hackett, Shannon Reid, Dana Rebecca Margaret Suter, Gary Burke. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Food and Nutrition, Hu Tung Chan. Yan Pu Fan. Kei Ho Hu. Ho Ching Wan. Kei Lim Alvin Yip. C. Yan Evelyn Yu. King Yi Kong. Hugh Lam Law. Chui Negan So. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Human Nutrition, Stuart Coyne. Sarah Staunton. Ching Man Wan. Ching Hu. Lei Young Wong. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Optometry, Megan Heather Craig. Katie Elizabeth Johnston. Kasim Ali. Ronan Eaton. Thomas Green. Thomas Holman. Roisin Hannah McGee. Sarah Maguire. Tamsin Jean Orr. Andrew Stewart Robert Rattray. Conor Loughran. Cora Jane McAdams. The Associate Bachelor's degree in Vision Science, Tina McGee. Vice-Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates from the Faculty of Life and Health Sciences.
Thank you, Professor Clark, for presenting the candidates. I would now like to call upon our honorary graduate, Professor Yali, to address the congregation on behalf of those who have been presented.
Vice-Chancellor, members of Council and Senate, colleagues, graduates, and all recipients of an award. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm both elated and humbled by the award with which you have honoured me today. I'm particularly grateful to all my colleagues in the optometry department who have supported me during the 20 years that I have been a visiting professor here, and for the suggestion that I might have received this award. and especially to you, Professor Anderson, for the most generous words with which you introduced me earlier. My wife Sheila often reminds me that behind every man there is a woman rolling her eyes. They're in cyclorotation at the moment, Roger. I will now tell you that in all reality, I am no more than a fool. You will understand why I claim that distinction at the end of this address. My association with Ulster goes back 45 years to 1973, when I was invited by the Northern Ireland Optical Society to give a talk on spectacle lens design at their annual autumn conference. The invitation came from Arthur Barber, a Belfast optometrist who I was to learn was the Zeiss agent for Northern Ireland. On my arrival at the Slieve Donard Hotel, he took it upon himself to introduce me to the Black Bush. And together at the bar, we soon became bosom friends. After more than a couple of glasses of your local elixir, Arthur suddenly announced, "I've read your book. It's quite good, by the way. I read what you said about Stokes, but it's wrong, by the way." The Irish mathematician Sir George Gabriel Stokes is best known in the optometric world, as our optometry graduates will no doubt recall, for his method of summing obliquely combined cylinders using the double angle between their axes. Somewhat taken aback by his statement, I assumed he was criticizing my mathematics. And I started to write out on the back of a serviette the lengthy formulae which I had derived in the book for summing the cylinders. To my astonishment, Arthur grabbed the pen from my hand and correctly finished the sequence, saying, "Yes, that is what you said. But Stokes did not arrive at his result in the way you have implied." I could hardly believe that this elderly gentleman not only had the correct formula at his fingertips, but could quote it in context. He then took out of his pocket a number of photocopied pages and said, "I have copied these for you from Stokes' original paper of 1849 on summing cylinders, and you will see that he arrived at the result by considering the variation in the thickness of the combined cylinders." Arthur was quite right. Stokes' method was not a trigonometric solution, as I and several other previous writers had assumed. That revelation was the start of an affectionate friendship, not just with Arthur, who would stay at home with Sheila and I when he was on our side of the water, but with NEOS, at whose annual conferences I was to become a frequent speaker. Indeed, one conference took place on this very campus, where I enjoyed the hospitality of the on-site halls of residence. One of the most powerful mathematical tools which we have at our disposal is the calculus, a topic which many students find difficult to get their heads around. I have to say that it has not always been taught well. In 1910, and in an attempt to make the topic easier to follow, a well-known mathematician of that period, Professor Sylvanus P. Thompson, published a small red book entitled Calculus Made Easy. His chosen foreword read simply, "What one fool can do, another can." This fool has been greatly honored today. I will finish by saying to the new graduates who have just received their hard-earned degrees, very well done. Your parents, friends, and teachers are very proud of you. However, your education is by no means at an end. Your lecturers have guided you gently and carefully through many different rooms in this mansion, and you now stand before the open doors which lead out into the garden and to life beyond. It is now up to you to go out through those doors and explore the many different plants and trees which you will discover in the garden of life. You will find many new ones, and if you are lucky, some of which have so far been unidentified. I wish you all the very best of luck, and on behalf of you all and myself, would repeat an enormous thank you to Ulster University, our cherished alma mater. Thank you.
I'm going to call you Mo. Thank you very much, Mo. That was absolutely perfect. Thank you very much. I'm now going to call upon Rebecca Kilgore, a new graduate in the Faculty of Life and Health Sciences, to propose a vote of thanks.
Vice-Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, I am pleased and privileged to speak to you on behalf of those graduating today. Our degree certificates are a very tangible demonstration of our hard work, effort and dedication. Of course, behind that very rewarding, very special and eagerly anticipated parchment lies every part of our experience at Ulster University. And it is that experience that shapes our future prospects and potential. Our studies, the relevance of the knowledge and the life skills that we have acquired, the confidence that we have gained, and the firm friendships that we have made. We have managed the challenges of completing our studies with our ambitions firmly fixed on the opportunities that will lie ahead for us as an Ulster University graduate. As a biology graduate, I particularly appreciate the efforts of our course team, in particular our course director, Dr. Diane Lees-Murdoch, for the excellent opportunities they provided in both our academic and extracurricular activities, such as peer mentoring and science outreach, which have proved invaluable for our future career prospects. Graduating today, it is encouraging to know that Ulster alumni are leading, contributing, inspiring and influencing far and wide. Through the alumni networks, we can learn from those who have gone before us, and for the alumni programmes and services on offer, enable us to stay connected and supported as we embark upon fresh challenges and opportunities. Ulster University is a place where knowledge is created, generated, shared and brought to life. We leave here as assured and well-equipped graduates, ready to fulfil our career ambitions. The knowledge and attributes that we have acquired in our time here will in turn shape and influence others in the many and varied paths that each of us here today will now choose to take. We remain ambassadors for the university, proud to tell others of the doors that it can open and the possibilities it presents. On behalf of my fellow students and friends here today, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our family and our friends who have supported and encouraged us in our university career. Of course, our lecturers and support staff are right at the heart of our time at Ulster University, and we thank them all for their inspiration, understanding and guidance. So thank you again for all being part of this very special occasion, a celebration for everyone, not just for those of us graduating, but for all who play a part in harnessing potential and shaping bright futures. Please do enjoy the rest of your day with us.
Thank you, Rebecca. That was a wonderful vote of thanks. So we're now reaching the end of the graduations, and I don't know if you know, when you're studying, you're an undergraduate. When you've been past your degree but you haven't yet been awarded it, you're a graduand, and then now when you've been awarded it, you're now a graduate. So I think we would like to just raise the roof and say congratulations, now you're graduates of Ulster University. declare this graduation ceremony closed and invite the new graduates to join the academic procession.
I just got the news. This is started on the